This may be one of my favourite videos yet because we are visiting China for the first time. Come with us as we explore China's capital, Beijing, including Tiananmen Square, the Forbidden City, and the Temple of Heaven. There were also some genuinely shocking moments in this vlog, so keep watching to find out what happened while we were in Beijing. We ordered our food and then the waiter brought over this little cage thing, and I thought it was like a candle or like a toy, and it was like making sounds. We bring the little black cage closer. Oh my god, guys, it was alive. We're actually staying at a hotel in Beijing that has two names. So on the sign it says True Go Hotel. I don't know how you say it pronounced, but I'll put it on the screen. This is what we booked on booking.com. It's something Hutong Hotel anyway, and we are actually located on a little Hutong, which is so cute. Hutong is like basically a little historical street in Beijing. They're like the streets that are kind of untouched, so you walk through. They're actually like little alleyway kind of vibes. They do not fit two cars through them. And that is kind of like the style of the hotel that we're staying at. We have just entered the Temple of Heaven. As you can see, it's very, very cold in Beijing, but we came prepared, so it's not bad at all. We just queued up to get tickets. If you're coming to China, you need to bring your passport everywhere. We needed to use our passports to get tickets, and it only cost about £6 for both of us to get into the Temple of Heaven and see all of the scenic spots. So we're excited to explore. It's quite busy here. It's a Sunday. If you come on a Monday, you can't access all the scenic spots, so bear that in mind if you are planning to come to Beijing. The Temple of Heaven essentially connects earth with heaven, so the people and the gods. So it's very historical, and there's a lot of people here to come and see this amazing temple. Throughout history, the emperors would come here to offer sacrifice to the heavens and pray for good harvest. Surrounding the temples are just lots of pine trees and benches, and there's a few places to get food here. We are obviously here in off-peak season, so it's not as busy as it would be necessarily. Behind me is the circular Mount altar, which was constructed in 1530 during the Emperor Jiaxing's reign. There would also be rain ceremonies held here during times of droughts. The emperor would come here to pray to the heavens that the drought would end and for the rain to come. We are at Tiananmen Square. That was a lengthy process to get in. You have to make a reservation a day in advance. It's free, but you have to book with your passport details. You can do it via, is it WeChat? You can do it via WeChat, but we didn't have Chinese numbers, so Rocco actually booked it through, was it Get Your Guide? We paid about £3 or £4 for someone to do it for us. There is like heavy security to get in, so there's a lot of ID checkpoints, so make sure you have your passport on you wherever you go in China. And also security was like airport security, like scanners, they thoroughly go through your bag. So yeah, be prepared. Travel light. I did not travel light. I travelled with my backpack. Oh, this is a cute shop. Something we noticed this morning about Beijing is that you cannot just cross the road. We went to this like famous shopping area called Tiananmen. We thought on maps we could just like cross the road and get to Tiananmen Square. Well, that is not the case because there's a lot of security. We literally had to walk like a mile up and then come back round, cross back round. So yeah, I would say if you're like limited, if you have limited mobility or you're a bit elderly, like it's going to be very difficult for you here. especially because most of the toilets here they're like the squatting toilets, that's what we'll call them. And what I've noticed is even yesterday we were at Universal Studios in Beijing, which is obviously heavily like westernized. A lot of the toilets, there's like options for toilets as we know them, and then there's also cubicles with the squatting toilets, and I just saw loads of people like choose to go to the squatting toilets, which obviously for us is so strange because we would like not be comfortable to squat, but yeah, something we've noticed here. Behind me is Tiananmen Square in Beijing. It's one of the world's largest public squares, and it's culturally and historically significant to China. We had to make a reservation to come in, as I explained earlier. We just walked past the National Museum of China. The reason that this place is so important is that Chairman Mao founded the People's Republic of China right here in 1949, and the anniversary is celebrated here every year. It's absolutely stunning. There's these huge like fountains and water. We're heading north through Tiananmen Square over to the Forbidden City. Every time I say something I want to like make sure I'm accurate, so I always ask Rocco like, can you double check that's right? Because I don't want to give you guys the wrong information. But obviously we are just tourists here, and I cannot guarantee that every single thing I say on this channel is factually correct. But most of it is, so you can trust me. We're heading through what we think is the Meridian Gate, over through to the Forbidden City. So we have to go through security again to get into the Forbidden City at the Meridian Gate. Behind me are the inner golden water bridges, which were built in the early Ming dynasty in 1368. These are 5 single arch stone bridges right in front of the Gate of Supreme Harmony, which you can see behind me. The Forbidden City is a palace complex that offers a glimpse into the Chinese history, the way that the emperors lived, and it also just has some stunning architecture from the Ming dynasty. This place is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. As early as 20,000 years ago, China was one of the first places to produce and use pottery. So there's some really cool sculptures and pottery here. The Hall of Supreme Harmony is the largest hall here at the Forbidden City complex. This is the place where the emperors of the Ming and Qing dynasties celebrated weddings and their enthronements. I love the traditional wear that some visitors have when they visit the Forbidden City and like Tiananmen Square. There was also people dressed in the same kind of attire at the Temple of Heaven. I actually can't get over how big this complex is. It's so big. We've been walking and walking and walking, and we're only in the middle now. It's like the scale of it is just so incredible. The Palace Museum has a collection of clocks, which we just went in to see. Some really crazy, fascinating clocks in there. We're now heading over to the Treasure Gallery. We actually didn't realise, well we did, but we didn't think about it, that the Forbidden City and the museums close at 4:30 in off-peak season. So we have like less than an hour now to get round and see as much as we can before it closes. But like I said before, it's so big, so you're just walking and walking. Rocco just reminded me of a good tip. If you want to see all of the Forbidden City in one day, then you need to come in the morning, book an AM slot. We thought we'd have a line because we had a really, really long day yesterday. So we did an afternoon slot, got here about midday. It's now nearing 4 p.m. and we're not even like through the Forbidden City. So we're just walking through now. And I don't know if the exit's like right at the north or if we can exit from anywhere, but we'll see. We've just walked through to the Imperial Garden. It's nice, it's very like, it's a change up of what we've seen so far, so this is really nice.
Don't come to the Forbidden City if you're unfit.
You tell them.
Come to the Forbidden City only if you're David Goggins.
Who's David Goggins?
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. We are officially out. There's loads and loads and loads of people here, but we're out. We found a little like ledge to sit down on because our feet are like throbbing. You think we'd be used to this walking by now? So we found a place on Google to go and get China's roast duck, famous roast duck. And we got into the taxi and the taxi driver was so lovely. And he was like, this place that you're asking to go, I can take you there, but like it's like a tourist vibe. And he was like, I can show you like a really authentic Chinese one that's like the best in Beijing. And he showed it, he got it up on his phone to like make sure obviously it wasn't a scam. We didn't ask him to. And he showed it like with all the reviews and the pictures. And we were like, oh my God, yes, like take us here, please. And so we've just arrived. I'm really excited. He was such a lovely guy. We were like talking to him via Google Translate, which was really funny when you can like listen. So it was like two robots talking to each other. But yeah, I'm really excited to try. He said the duck and the caviar is the best thing to get here. So we will try. We were just like, we ordered our food and then the waiter brought over this little cage thing and I thought it was like a candle or like a toy because there was someone on the next table who had the cage and it was like making sounds and I thought it was like mechanical sounds, right? And then we bring the little black cage closer. Oh my God, guys, it was a live cricket, a live cricket. Obviously, like, this is just something that we're not used to. And for me personally, like, I absolutely hate insects. So having that, like, put in front of me at a restaurant was probably the most bizarre thing that's ever happened in my life. Like, I literally was saying to Rocco, is this real? Like, this isn't a live cricket, is it? Surely not. And, like, we couldn't really find, we looked online, like, we should have just asked. I don't know why we didn't ask. But I guess I didn't ask because I like didn't want to be disrespectful or like, I don't know. But we looked online and it was like saying how crickets are like really loved in China and they were like having them as pets at one point. Maybe it's just a thing here. We haven't had that happen at any other restaurant. I'll let you know if it happens again. A little friend. You're so cute. He's eyeing up that chocolate cake. Aww. We just had a lovely chocolatey dessert at Choco. after our duck meal, which, like, I enjoyed it. I didn't like dislike it. Rocco enjoyed it a lot. I wouldn't say my rating was as high as his, but we've had a really long day. It's getting late, so we're gonna head back to our hotel. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed our little Tiananmen Forbidden City Temple of Heaven vlog. And please subscribe if you enjoyed.